Everybody, this here is the Malcontent from the Malcontentment Tango, and welcome to another live broadcast. We are here in Olympia, Washington. Olympia is the capital of Washington State, approximately 70 miles south of Seattle. There are multiple protest actions that are going on in Seattle. There are protesters, there are counter-protesters. You pick a side. Right? Some of you are going, no, you're not. Those are protesters and those others are whatever. There's protesters and counter-protesters. It's how you define it. So there is going to be a march that'll be going on. And right now, I would say people are still gathering up. Traffic was kind of crappy getting down here. I was a little surprised. It was almost pre-COVID grade traffic on a Saturday. It wasn't quite that bad, but traffic was a little messed up, so I think people are still trickling in on this side. But, you know, I'll put the poll up. I'll send it up. You guys will be able to see in a minute. And, you know, with that, actually, let's go ahead and do that. They're like, that's not the poll up, that's the grounds. Give me a minute. So there's an announcement that's going on right now.
Across the street, it is being towed. Please move your car.
I guess they are towing some cars. I don't know. They say across the street. I don't know like where. One of the things I just saw, literally as I set the camera cup, is one Olympia police cruiser went by. They didn't even slow down. They kind of did the look over. But they just did a little bit of a look over. So, give me a second. Never fails. I start like a stream, and then somebody like starts calling me on the stream. That like never fails. So I'm just waiting for this to stop. And then I will be able to tell you what is going on, and also be able to see what you see. One of the things I always like to remind people, sometimes people are in the feeds, they're like, why are we looking at this? How come we're not looking at that? I don't see always what you see because the camera is up on a pole. And things are running a little bit of a time delay. And so, no, I got pretty nice shot. There's a lot more people here than what the shot indicates. And because there are these, I think they're cherry or apple trees. You're my hero. I think they're cherry trees, ornamental cherries. Let me get around them. Oh, they're not. There's a couple of different ones. I think if we maybe even for pole cam, this is a little bit of a challenging shot just because of the trees, and the group is really spread out. So let me do this. Hey. And yes, he's here, like clockwork.
I said Jesus wants to save! Listen to Jesus!
I guess if you go to the Jesus Savings Bank, you too can save and get 1.2% interest return on the first $1,000 of a deposit at the Jesus Savings Bank, because Jesus saves. Or something like that.
Back up, Dave. I'll be like, you back up.
One of the things I would like to remind people too about the event for Justice for Jesse. So Jesse Sari was shot by Officer Jeff Nelson of the Auburn Police Department. After the first shot, which was determined to be the fatal shot, he went to fire a second shot. His gun jammed. He cleared that, and still having the pause, fired a second, or technically a third headshot on Sarney while on the ground. And that was the third job-related killing of a suspect that Officer Jeff Nelson had done in 9 years. City of Auburn, Washington settled with the family for the second person that Officer Nelson had shot and killed just last week for $1.25 million. Jesse's family needs your support. And what they're looking for is, showing solidarity. But outside the courtroom, there's only a limited number of seats because of COVID-19. And so please come and please show your support. There's more information on that on the page. Next thing I want to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and read off what I would say it's kind of like doing the PBS read off, but we're going to go ahead and do that. If you want to support activism in the greater Seattle area, here are some Venmos that you can support. The first one is the Morning March. The Morning March is the group that does the Morning March, and they also do yoga and they do trash pickup when they're marching. Their Venmo is Morning March. All of these are up in the description of the feed. The next one is the EDM Team. The EDM Team is the team that does everything in the evening. That's TK and their group. They're the ones that are bringing you amazing political activism. I have said many, many times, regardless if you're political left or political right, you really should watch those EDM discussions because they are meeting with many of local leaders and they are having powerful discussions with those local leaders. And so if you want to go ahead and you show some, Joey's here. If you want to show some love to the EDM Team, you can Venmo them at EDM Housing. Next one is the Engage Team. The Engage Team does some great stuff. They did the things at Uncle Ike's 2 Fridays ago. That was an amazing event. Theirs is the Engage Team. Safety gear. Victoria Ramon has been a warrior, if you forgive the vernacular, in making sure that streamers and key people are supplied with safety gear. You could Venmo her at Victoria-Ramon. That's R as in Romeo, A as in Alpha, M as in Michael, O as in Oscar, N as in November. If you do, please put the reason that it is for safety gear. Calypso Head Streaming, she really needs our help this month. If you can find it in your heart to just, even if it's $5 or $10, their Venmo's at the top. And then the next one is Ash. And that is Aesthetics Con Ash. That's their Venmo. Same thing. They really could use their help, your help. They, again, are in a tough place. If you want to support Diaz Love, Diaz Love has had a setback in her recovery. And it is a pretty significant setback. If you can send support for Diaz Love, that Venmo is It's Diaz Love. If you want to support the development of the documentary Black June, that's a documentary that we are working on. The link for that for the GoFundMe is up there. And then as we get down to the bottom of it, you can follow the Malcontentment Tango at malcontentment.com. I know the website's been neglected and we're going to work on doing a little better on that. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Instagram, and Twitter. And then finally, if you feel compelled to support the white conspirators that are trying to amplify black voices, you can Venmo the Malcontent, and that goes to us. And as a reminder, some of the people that feel like they can just go ahead and take our stuff without attribution, no. All of this stuff is copyrighted, and we do CMA takedown requests. Please don't make us do DCM takedown requests and just ask for permission to use our stuff. IP theft sucks. All right, and so that's it. That's all the announcements, and things are getting ready to get started. And what I'm just doing is moving a little further back so you have a little bit more of a view. This appears to be a bigger group than, say, the group that was there on Sunday, and a more diverse group. Hey, Tammy, thanks for the shout out. Hello. Brad, absolutely, man. Every feed, well, we couldn't do, things moved a little fast on Friday, so we weren't able to do the rundown, but every feed, Brad, every feed. Jessica, I love it. Funky scale right now on a 1 to 10 is a 3. And for people who don't know what the funky scale is, if it's a 3, that would be just like you're walking down the street or in a park or just doing whatever you're doing. Like 1 is you're asleep in your own bed. 9 would have been this last Sunday. And 10 might have been like, you know, May 30th or Minneapolis on May 30th, or that's like a 10. So right now, we're a 3. The other thing I always say for people that are like trying to figure out in their head, if I were just walking in Pioneer Square in Seattle, I would call the funky factor like a 2 in the morning, and I'm by myself. There's no break. I'm just walking down Pioneer Square. Funky factor would be a 4. So it's a 3. It's totally chill. Tammy, I don't mind if people use the share to share the feed. What I do mind is if people snip the stuff and produce videos using our content without permission. There's a big difference.
Every day! Every day! Today's a little different. We are marching to Jason's mansion. We were talking about ending firefighter movie.
There is a very large group, about the same size as this group, of counter protesters, maybe a quarter mile away from here. They are gathered up at the State House.
50% at least. Where should that money go? To black communities. 3, who should you free? All the protesters. Don't forget number 4. No, do you dare? What do we want for number 5? Dirty Durgan to resign. 'Cause whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Oh, okay. Hi, my name is Nicole. I am one of the organizers for EDM Team. Hello, I'm Kathy. I'm also one of the organizers of EDM.
Hi, I'm Sophia, and I'm also one of the other organizers for EDM.
I'm TK, I'm one of the other organizers of EDM. I'm just another organizer from EDM.
Okay, bear with me. I need to relocate.
Our ENDE people speaking.
Bear with me, I'm being asked to relocate. There's a little something going on. So I'm going to see if we can find where a little something's going on. Tree. Better, no power lines where we are, but lots of trees. I am not seeing anything. Bear with me. I've been told there's something going on, and I'm trying to find where something's going on. Were there tow trucks over there? You don't, okay. Well, I'm gonna go back to the group because I think I'm just gonna go back to the group because I'm not seeing anything. I do see like a couple of people, but everybody that's coming in this direction is walking pretty calm or just standing around. All right, we're gonna head back. If you're just tuning in, we are in Olympia, Washington, Olympia, and we are live. This right here, these are some Proud Boys or Patriot Front, that green SUV. They are taking pictures. They're not streamers. Gonna have to drop the camera.
But we're still here, generations down the road, pissed off more than ever, telling us we got it good because of fake ass healthcare that only applies to some. Welfare that only applies if you're really struggling, but as soon as you try to get on your feet, you gotta figure it out on your own. Sorry, this system was not made. You guys gotta accept that. Accept that. The system was not made for us to be benefited by it. It's an oligarchy. It's an oligarchy. It serves the few, not the many. And that's where they lose. It starts with Black Lives Matter, but understand that it's a class issue. It's a money issue. And money is not real. There's a general strike happening on the 1st of September. I suggest everybody do research on it. If you're paying rent, you shouldn't be. Free the fucking land! You cannot charge rent on land, you fucking stone! Free? You gotta kill the cop in your head, dog. That's what I'm telling you. You ain't never seen real freedom, so you don't know what it looks like. You have to imagine it literally. Take it back to the kid inside of you.
So just in a little bit of time that I was out and kind of walking around, as you could probably see, the crowd has grown significantly in just, you know, that 10 or 15 minutes that I had walked back.
Kill the cop in your head, because a lot of the policing is happening because we're doing it to ourselves.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet today. I'm out here because I'm black.
Why are you rejecting
Because I don't have a choice.
Why do you reject
So
Jesus?
I am today to raise my fist to the seat of power. The seat of power in the land of white supremacy. Because
I'm going to go ahead and move because
today is a funeral.
I think his name is Matthew, and it just seems like he's like, oh, there's the yellow pole, and he just seemed like he just boom came right over. So we're just going to move a little bit.
EDM everybody. We're gonna have a big speak.
Thank you. That was just. Go ahead, give a round of applause. This is a celebration. It's really all out, right? All right, get ready. So, my name is Trey. I'm with Black Indigenous Coalition. This is started out of Trop. I'm third generation Seattleite. My great-grandparents came up here in the 50s to escape white supremacy in the South. And for years, our family struggled.
I am aware of the situation in Portland.
And I finally just had fuck enough of it after seeing what we all witnessed with George Floyd. I could go on and on about how that forever changed my life. But when we come out here, and for a lot of people that I see that are not black, when we come out here and we say Black Lives Matter, I don't know if y'all truly understand what that really means. When I come to the streets and I say Black Lives Matter, the quality of those black lives fucking matter. Which means when we out here and we talking about defunding the SPD or abolishing the police, we're talking about giving funds to the community, we're talking about giving funds to people that look like me that have suffered in the Central District. While this gentrification has pushed us the fuck out. I'm talking about building equity. I'm talking about bringing some type of just the overall calm and peace to black people, because we constantly have to worry about the police out there, but we constantly have to police our fucking selves. Every single day we are fighting. We never had any type of time to have any type of peace at fucking mind. So I want you guys to understand this is very serious. And don't just put a hashtag Black Lives Matter. Truly understand what that means.
Truth.
The quality of those Black Lives Matter. The housing, the education, the healthcare, all of that matters for those black lives.
Truth.
And what I need is for our non-black brothers and sisters to come out here to the streets continuously, because guess what? This is not a fight for black or indigenous people or BIPOC people to fight. This is about white supremacy, about an institution that has kept y'all alive. This is y'all fight, this is not our fight. So you guys come to the fucking street, ready to fucking fight, ready to educate yourselves, ready to fucking make a change, alright? This is serious. This is not no game, this is not no joke. And when you see a black person here, when you see an organizer here, they are serious about this. We've been doing this shit for months. Every single day. We are passionate about this, and I need you guys to respect that passion and educate yourselves and bring more people to the street, but realize white supremacy is not a fight for BIPOC people to conquer. That's a fight for y'all to conquer and for y'all to really be there on the lines, because that institution does not benefit us. So I need y'all to really, really start putting in the extra work, not no performative allyship. Really about that action. And that's all I gotta say. I'm Trey, and thank y'all so much for coming here.
It is a beautiful day here in Olympia, Washington.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris. I'm one of the other leaders of the Black Indigenous Coalition. I'd just like to tell y'all some of our main goals. One of our main goals is to get rid of qualified immunity for all officers. Our second goal is to abolish the police and rebuild the police, because there's no such thing as reform. You can't reform a system that's built on racism, sexism, homophobia, and classism. But there's been many reforms within the last 100 years, and it seems like shit hasn't changed. Shit's gotten worse. And that's all I have to say. I'd like to bring up to the mic Amplified Voices of Olympia and Coalition of Activists of Olympia.
Are you okay if I take off my mask? Thank you. We are 6 feet apart, so that's okay. My name is Masika McGee, and I am with the Amplified Voices of Olympia. And I'm also representing here today because we are a huge coalition in Olympia that we've come together like you guys have done in Seattle and Eugene and Portland. Got together to create one voice that we can use to push our government to work for us, not the other way around. In our coalition, we have created demands, we have put a call of actions, we have rallied, see elected officials. We are the headquarters of Washington State, so we should be doing better, right? We should be setting an example for you all from Seattle that this is where the capital is and we are still behind. I am originally from Kenya, moved here as an immigrant, started a family here in Olympia, and I started calling this home. But I look around me and I wonder what kind of a home do I call home? Is America home anymore? Is America free anymore? No. Does America have democracy anymore? No. Does America care about black people? No. Does America want to enslave us again? Yes. Does this happen every day? Yes. I'm there with you. I want to welcome you to this soil that was granted to us by the native of this town, of this part of town.
Hey Marilyn, hello.
We get together, we give thanks to our native
Miss
people
you.
who we have taken the land from. Where you're standing, this was native land. So whenever we have our marches, we start with our native people. They come out, they bless the land, and they give us a blessing to allow us to continue. We have one indigenous person here with us tonight. So when they come up, they're gonna have to give us some blessing. So without their blessings, our voices are stuck. Without them giving us permission to speak, we are stuck. I want to tell you about the immigrants. A lot of you came here because your ancestors were enslaved. They came from our motherland. Our motherland were able to conquer the British and the Germans and the Dutch and tell them, go away. We don't need you. We have kept our sons that we don't need to be told what to do. And I think the black people in this community or in this country who came from Africa, this is your land. And don't let anybody tell you this is not your land. This is where you belong. This is where you call home. Home is where you set your foot. Home is where you build a home. Home is where you raise your children. Home is where you work. Home is where you contribute every day. Home is where your sweat falls. How can they tell us that we don't belong here? How long can we stand the oppression? How long can we stand the ISIS taking away our children? How long can we stand and putting our children in jail? I am a mother, and I know how it pains to see my own house. I know if you're young, I know what your mother worries about you right now. Are they gonna come back home tonight? If you call your mom right now, or your auntie, or your elder, they'll be asking you the same question. Be safe. Be safe. Why do we have to feel safe as black people in our own country? Why? Why do I have to look my back when I walk on the streets? Trust me, we hear you, we feel you, and even from Seattle to Portland, we are watching, we are listening, we are here together. We are not this together. And no one person is going to be left behind because our Black Lives Matters. From north to south, from east to west, to Africa, to Europe, is global. All Black Lives Matter. Our transgender community, our LGBT community, our indigenous people, our immigrants from Africa, we are all in here. And I'm standing here as you, as one of you, to tell my government to change the system. To change the system so the system works for everybody. The system works so that I can go to school, you can go to school and get a good education and get a good job. The system that can change so the policing is up to us. That we don't have to be patrolled. We don't have to be told when to speak. We don't have to be told when to breathe. And we don't have to be told when to eat and when to sleep. Like many of you, we haven't slept since George Floyd. We've been on the streets, we've been on our phones, we've been on the chats, organizing. Is the government listening? They better, because we aren't stopping until they listen. They want to go to bed, they want to take their big vacations in peace, then they better put the right systems in place. So we can go hiking, we can have vacations, and we can sleep. So thank you so much for having me tonight. I am going to introduce the next speaker from United Black of Eugene.
Every time to turn my bed. Black Lives Matter!
Another round of applause. That was cute. Thank you guys for having me here. My name is Tyshawn. I'm part of Black Unity. We're out of Portland and Eugene, Springfield area. Our main goals and our main mission is to abolish the police, as I'm sure a lot of you guys would like that to happen. We also focus on intersectionalities, and we're also focusing on turning the KKK into a marked
TK, good to see you. Good to see you.
And a lot of things that we've been talking about is liberation for Black people. And
Just
that's
trying to
something
move away
that's
from
been very
Matthew
hard,
and the shouting so you can hear.
Since the civil rights movement has very first started, a lot of people think that since that happened that Black people were free and that this country has changed. And I just want people to understand, like, we're talking about changing the system and that the system is broken. That system is not broken. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, and that's hold down people of color and oppress them and kill them. And that's why we need to abolish the police, because that system was put in place to hold our people down. We can never liberate Black people with a system that's put in place to kill us, and we can never liberate ourselves if we're killing each other as well. We're out here marching every single day, and I just want to talk about why we're defending all tactics, why the people that are on the front lines, why the people that are doing the direct action, and why the people that are doing the peaceful protesting is so important. Because if there was another George Floyd that happened today, you guys would see those big numbers that you saw that first day, right? But now it's been like 70, maybe 80 days since George Floyd has passed, and he hasn't got justice, and now it's just another normal thing. And we're out here marching, and maybe the crowd's not as big as it was before. That's a problem. It shouldn't take a Black man or a Black woman or a Black trans death to get 20,000 people in the streets marching every fucking day. The thing is, a lot of people that come out, they're out here because they hate the police. And that's one thing, I hate the police as well. But we're out here for Black lives. Police is just one weapon of white supremacy. One weapon. There's many other things that need to be fixed. The judicial system, the prison system, the school system.
Truth.
All these things need to be fixed.
Truth.
There's a big problem with people coming out here and hijacking the movement. Like she said earlier, if you're gonna break some shit, make sure you're breaking it for a purpose. Make sure we're not breaking the Black-owned businesses. Make sure we're hitting those big corporations, those Fortune 500 companies that talk about on their social medias how they support Black lives because they gave $100,000 to the Black Lives organization that doesn't give any of that money to the small organizations that are doing the groundwork.
I don't see any Quanon people here, Douglas, so I'm not aware of any brainwashing going on.
People keep on trying to make these minor changes. But the thing about like the police and like these prisons is if you do what you always did, you're gonna get what you always got.
Truth.
You feel me? That's the major problem with why we have to abolish these systems. And that's why we need to be out here marching every single day. Like she said, hold your friends accountable, hold your family accountable. If they're saying something racist or saying, oh, I don't know why you're marching the streets, that's not making any change, we are fighting more than marching the streets. We are meeting with these city officials. We are holding the police accountable, suing these police departments, suing these city officials, talking to the people that have the power. Because it's not just the president and voting for those. We need to vote these people that are in office in these local cities out. Because they're not here for Black lives, they're not here for our people. And so, with that being said, I'm Tyshawn. I'm a part of Black Unity. We're from PDX and we're from also Eugene. And I'm going to introduce my sister Araya. She's from Portland as well, PDX Black Youth Movement.
Hey y'all, thank you guys for coming out. I'm from Portland. I'm a part of an organization called PDX Black Youth Movement. Some of our demands are to defund the police, but also to amplify Black women's voices. We all should know that Black women are the most disrespected people in America, right? So it's time for y'all as allies to start using your voice. Start amplifying Black women. This goes for everyone. Last night I'm from Portland. I came down here, came up here, and I went to Dick's Burger or something like that. And there was a Black man. He was talking about Megan Thee Stallion. You know how she got shot? Yeah. He was degrading her, calling her a man, saying that it didn't matter that she got shot because she was a man. That's not okay. Why are we degrading Black women? We are in 2020. We're supposed to be your queens. We're supposed to be on top, but you're uplifting white women? No, uplift your sisters. We're supposed to be your queens. Uplift us. Schools, jobs, they're constantly degrading us. We can't they're targeting us, specifically Black women. Who wears box braids? Who wears the braids? Us, Black women. We are not allowed to express ourselves. We're not allowed to articulate ourselves in the way that we can because America suppresses us constantly. And it's time to say, fuck that, fuck the system. Because who built America? Black women. So it's time for us to start uplifting them. Thank you.
Tati? Where's Tati? Is it? Oh, the indigenous person that was here. Oh, right here. Beautiful people, right? Stay beautiful.
Hey, good morning.
John, some of us would move away, but because we are plague rats in the United States, because of our incompetent response to sea disease, we can't leave.
So I say hello. Good blessings to you for 24 hours. From my relations to your relations, good morning. Good morning. I said from my relations to your relations, good morning. Good morning. These lands that we stand on are a sibling ship between Chehalis and Squaxin Island. We give great thanks to all of our ancestors whose backs they used to build this city, to gentrify this city. I stand here in the resilience of thousands and thousands of generations that have survived, in which they have said they have conquered. They are here to erase our history and rewrite it in a whitewashed supremacy theory. I do not support the narrative. I disagree with any police. And the fact that
Gerald, we don't allow
anybody,
misinformation in the comments.
human to
The
human,
United
would fight
States is
each
about
other.
13.5%
Hurt
black.
people,
If you go
hurt
mixed
people.
race, it's almost 16%
We need to stand in
black.
solidarity.
Look it up and educate yourself.
We need to breed this unity.
You're quoting U.S. stats, not
96
world
apart,
stats.
obviously, the
The
Rona.
demographics in the United
And the
States
coffee
were
one
vastly
here is
different
heavily-
during the time when the United States was built, from the 1600s to the early 1900s. So again, get your facts right.
Attitude
And because
adjustment,
you are
right?
spreading misinformation on my
Yeah.
feed,
So
goodbye.
I'm out here because I would be so privileged to say anything, but I have walls surrounding me to protect me. I can lock my doors. My grand, before she passed away, had told me it is the privilege of the colonizers to believe they need walls. So they have used this power against us, right? Tonight I'll be speaking later tonight at City Hall. I'll have the John Trudell speech. I did not know that I was going to be up here. Besides that, we need to acknowledge the land that we stand on, and we are to gift our blessings back to Mother Earth. And so please pick up after yourselves. Mother Earth cannot pick up for herself. We need to help Mother Earth. Water is life. Water is our creator. And we need to protect ourselves, have each other's backs, and not, if y'all have personal debacles or debates against one another, you hold your shit at the threshold, because business over bullshit, and the momentum and the movement has to be bigger and better than the bullshit. Now, I had a mini stroke when I was pregnant with my son, at 6 months pregnant. So he mimics and mocks the same nerve damage that I hold, which, like, I maybe a little bit nervous, but not like shit my pants nervous, you know. But my tremors and such, they hold, you know, a different story. So we do this because 7 generations.
I'm sorry,
past
Don, but I
us, we
didn't
need
get
to
any
make sure
memo
that
from the
they're
Democratic
safe.
Party, and with
They're
that, goodbye.
protected, they're secure enough to walk the streets without being hurt and harmed. I wrote this because we have to give acknowledgement real quick to Bill Withers. He wrote this song, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Right? And then Will Smith did the rendition, right? And he did the rap. Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Listen. So I was listening to this since I was like 4 years old, right? That's the jam. That's the jam. And then my son and I, then we started listening together. And my son, he's a sponge. And we lost my brother right about when he was 1 year old. My brother did not pass away for us to be fighting one another. So in any way you can channel your rage towards the movement, towards the momentum, towards educating yourself, and understand that education is power. Their brutality and their violence is not acceptable. It is not condoned. It endangers the welfare of women, men, and children, and we need to change. So I wrote this poem. It's called Who You Are, My Son. Right, because at one point in time, I wanted
Alfie,
to
it's
give
true, they're
something to
clutching
my
their
son.
pearls, aren't you?
And then I asked myself, what could I gift him? Then I was like, oh, I could gift him the YouTube link to the video.
Gerald, you should be checked out for keyboard Tourette syndrome. And with
That's
that,
not
goodbye.
So I can sit and I can draw stories all day long, but I can't sit and acknowledge the reason why I'm still breathing. So,
Truth,
this is who you are, my
Brianna.
son.
Truth.
He grabbed me by my face as I stood in the mirror and asked, is that your partner? I asked it of the biggest of the big, how big do you want to get? He then replied, larger. A combination of Jim Carrey, George Lopez, and a tad bit of Muhammad Ali. I swear to make life as easy as pie without making it look and feel like a scheme. All-powerful mighty being in a now 4-foot tied well together package. You have me getting our lives together like that Ziploc trying to lock in your PB&J sandwich. It was a night that you told me that I shine in the dark. I forgave the way that I looked, remembered where we were going, and pulled out of park. We can't go dormant. We're surviving because we don't train to be victims. You're my blessing. I don't ever have to question it. I know I've been gifted. Self-advancing, so you only need a nudge when you need help. From life here till life puts me in the stars, you never have to do this by yourself. Every kiss I didn't get, acknowledgement I never
That's
saw,
Matthew the Bible
and
dude,
even the acceptance.
and there are people working
Feel
on
what
keeping
you
them from the
feel,
area.
son, and know it's okay that they can't define you by what they see at first glance.
Hey Kimberly, we multicast on 4 different platforms, and I'm talking to people on the Facebook stream. In the field, I can see the Facebook stream. There are moderators on 2 of 4 of our streams. I'm not going to say which ones have moderators and which ones don't.
His nickname
By the way,
is Tato, not Tater.
to the folks that have been sharing and amplifying Black Voices on our feed off of Twitter, Periscope, thank you so much.
Check each other out.
Much appreciated.
He has the longest hair, which is the biggest flex of indigenous culture and spirituality in 2020. It goes past his butt, and he likes it free-flowing because
One
all
of
his
the
energy is
challenges
within
we
his
have.
heart. That is why it is to respect human beings and their own entity to ask for consent before you touch their human body, which means their hair is included. So my young Tato, his job is to beat me to the mic. Truthful Tornado Tato. This dude went up to the police that at least 4 squad cars full of people against 1 car. So we all pulled over on the freeway.
Oh, shoot.
This was after we was on McDonald's.
Things might get a little wiggly for a second.
To
adjust the strap.
My son walks up to one of the cops and says, "You deserve to be tased in the teeth." Hey, listen, I'm his advocate. I've been named the fiercest advocate of 2019 and 2020, you know, and so I got to advocate for my
There we
son.
go.
So if y'all see my son, maybe, you know, do a little snaps in his direction, say facts, because he goes Lil Ham Sandwich. So I'm Clam Sandwich, that's my Lil Ham Sandwich, and here where I have to introduce local Olympia, Simeon.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'm pretty sure I'm last here, but I'm going to try to make this pretty short. My name's Simeon. I was born in Washington. Fun fact about me real quick is that my little brother was born in California. My older brother was born in California, but I was born in Washington. I was raised in Washington, figured that out. This whole Black Lives Matter movement is people want to paint it as a movement. And I think that that's kind of a false narrative on what we're doing here. This isn't a movement implies there's something to just move forward and then to just be done once it's done with. And moving forward and learning understanding never stops. Learning how to accept people, it never stops. We don't ever stop growing. That's how we become complacent. That's how supremacy stems. So we ain't ever stopped, you know. Once we're done with Black lives, it's Indigenous lives, it's Latinx lives, it's trans lives, it's gay lives, and whoever is oppressed that day's lives, you know, we don't stop here. But we are, don't get it twisted, but we are here for Black lives.
Randy, stick
People
around.
here-
I'm going to comment.
people here
You've written a
have to
good,
listen
you've
to
written a
Black
good
people. There are
comment. I
people,
appreciate your
specifically
comment,
shout out
Randy, and
to
I'm
our
going to
Black
comment
trans
on it.
people
But I
who
want
don't
to
get
respect
that
the
much of
speaker
a
right
chance
now.
to speak
So stick
because
around.
people feel
Please.
the things that they are saying are demeaning and inflammatory, and they come off aggressive. Well, let me tell you, when you have to take hormones and then you have to deal with white supremacists screaming at your face, sorry, the advice that you're getting from it ain't always going to be kind. It's not always going to be nice. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be, if you feel uncomfortable, you got to understand that, you know, it's Black lives over white comfort. So we're here to be comfortable for Black people. If you need 20 minutes to hear them speak, you need 15, you need an hour to have their point be heard, you need to sit down and listen up because you here for their lives. Don't be
If it were
hypocritical.
only
Walk
that
out because you
simple,
ain't like
so
what
yeah.
a Black person's saying. Fuck that. You know, let's make sure we're here for what counts. That's mad important. Damn facts. Reparations. We're here not just out here just to be out here and have a good time. It's great and all, but we're here to get things. There are people who are still hurt today. The U.S. wants to paint this narrative that we don't see color. Well, you need to, because you definitely are not paying attention to people who are darker than you are. You're not giving us resources, whether that become, ways into good internships, whether it's a solid way to make sure that you have a career in a college that you can go through without actually getting $200,000, $180,000 worth of debt trying to be in there just because you're somebody black who came from a poor neighborhood trying to be a doctor in the United States. We shouldn't have people who have to go to the courthouse and look at Robert E. Lee as they enter in the building. That's completely unacceptable.
Hey,
it's completely
Randy, I asked you to
disgusting.
stick around,
There's no
and you
way
had to go
somebody
full
of color is going to feel
anti-Semitism
comfortable
in your
going
next
into that
comment.
poorhouse.
So goodbye,
it's completely
Randy.
disrespectful. We need more black education inside of every single school system. We need to celebrate Juneteenth the same way that we celebrate rapists like Christopher Columbus. Fuck all that. We need to make sure that people and that our history is heard and known. We need people to know about the French Revolution, where the black people that were enslaved turned on white people, enslaving them. They're powerful and took their heads and lynched them, taking back their freedom. These are things that need to get preached, not just your whitewashed history. We need to know about our indigenous history. Y'all want to know about the land? Go learn from the indigenous history. People talking about the South, that place was robbed from the Mexicans, it was robbed from Latinx, and that place is fucked up. We need justice all around. We need justice for people who are discriminated against, black lives, color lives. We need to make sure that every single person, this system is held up by silence. It's held up by people being indoctrinated
Katrina, you
into
need
your
to
school
educate
systems by
yourself
them
because the
implanting
term
ideas
African
that
American
white people are
actually
the people
really
who travel
isn't
across the
acceptable
world. They get
anymore.
all
So
the
please
fun
educate
shit. And
yourself.
black people only
Not
here
all
because white
people
people
that
let
are
them be
black
here. Fuck
are
all
from
that. We was
Africa.
brought here and enslaved. That's why we want ours. Reparations. It takes time.
We actually
ain't
have
done.
a video on the site that explains
Every
that.
single day, whole responsibility. As somebody who's been
There's
out
nobody here that would
consistently,
refer to themselves
almost every
as
single day.
African
I'm not
American.
gonna
It
say
is an
every single day.
archaic
To
term.
say out of the last 80 days, there's only 20 days I have not been down here in this very street marching for black people. I'm not trying to hold everybody up to a quota, but y'all saying that y'all out here and just your hashtags, y'all ain't sharing enough. I'm calling some people out, y'all ain't sharing enough. Y'all ain't out here enough. We need to be participating. Your voices need to be louder. We ain't done yet. Your family, you ain't getting family out here. You're not coming to your family and asking them, telling them, hey, we gotta be here. This is how we here.
There
If y'all
is a serious situation going on here
and then tell your best friend to go do
with
the same
a
thing.
Proud
And don't
Boy.
stop. We gotta hold accountability.
There is a very, very serious situation going on here that is trying to disrupt the
It is
event.
ridiculousness. Notice that white violence only ever comes when black people try to speak up for themselves. We was over here preaching. And this man getting so upset about? What did I say that angered him such? Why you coming over to me? Yo, you look like you was hurt. Go address those people.
There's a very, very, very serious
You can't
situation
figure out
going on.
people. And this consistently happens. They don't try to
I
come
really
by
want to
God,
respect the
they try to come
speakers,
by a currency,
but I
they
am
try to
watching
come
what's
and say
going
that
on
we're
behind me
racist.
for
They
my
try to do
safety, or if
anything to
things
protect white
just
supremacy.
move to the point that require.
Check them and check the system, and that's what we're doing here today, baby. Black Lives Matter.
Ultimately, I just don't want to give voice to an agitators anymore at this point. I realize some of you are here for the protest forum, but this feed really isn't about that.
7 years ago, Black Lives Matter started as a hashtag movement. In 1964, we got an act put into place that was a part of a movement. This here is a revolution. This is a revolution. We ain't playing no more.
The situation is being controlled back there.
This is no longer a movement. This is a revolution on all levels. Economic.
No, it isn't.
All
I don't know. I can't help you.
I'm
It's
tired of
like
people trying to shut it down. We're shutting shit down.
I don't know. Like,
That's why we're
I've
here
been
in
out
the
here
Capitol. We're going down to the
talking to
Capitol
black
of
indigenous
America.
people of
This
color
shit's not stopping. It's
for
every day.
for
I'd like
months
to
and
see
months
I had
now.
to watch my son take steps in
Countless
in
hours,
a video.
and they do not
'Cause I'm out
refer
here trying to
to
make sure that
themselves as
other little
African
babies one day won't
Americans.
have
It
to
is
have
black
their fathers
because,
out here
again,
for their stuff.
you can be black and not be African American.
But I just wanted to play off what Simeon was
And
saying,
many of
that's
them will tell
powerful.
you,
This
I
is
am
more than
black
a
and I am
movement. This is a
American.
revolution.
I'm really just not going to argue the point. Listen to the flipping speakers.
What's up, y'all? I don't know what I'm saying. My name is Katie. I'm with Morning March, Seattle.
Yeah! Katie is amazing people.
Short and sweet.
And the
First
Morning
of all,
March people are
the action is
amazing.
always over here where the black people are speaking. It is never over there where things are going down. It is always where the black people are speaking, where the black voices matter. You shouldn't even give a flying. If that situation does not involve you, please do not even
full
pay
display.
no mind, because this is where the important stuff is. Again, from Morning March Seattle, I have my people here with me. My other people here. I just want to say that again, this is by any means necessary, and by any means necessary, that means all lanes are occupied. That by any means necessary doesn't necessarily mean just smashing shit. That means taking it to the streets. That means being online. That means calling. That means emailing. That means having conversation. By any means necessary means we occupy all lanes as a unit, as a message, as a group, as a city, as a country, as a people. Because we have the power. The people have the power. The government has tricked us so many years thinking that they have the power. At first, they made it seem like it was a black people problem, a Native American people problem. It is your problem too now.
She didn't call herself African American.
Against
She
white
said
people
black
as well.
people.
The 1%, they want us to
isn't that
just
something?
scramble down here.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, they want to gentrify you as well. So if you say all lives matter, you should be out here for black lives as well. I know I'm getting a little crazy, but all lives includes black lives. I've had so many arguments with people who want to say all lives matter, but then they're not out here marching for black lives. Are black lives not lives? Are black lives not lives?
The situation with the counter-protester has
So by any
been
means
resolved. I
necessary
don't
to me
see
means
them
all lanes
anymore.
are occupied, and that means every single day all lanes are occupied. Because this is a movement, not a moment. And if one of us decides to take a break, all of us decides to take a break, the movement slows down. The movement is capiche. So we have to stay out here every single day, even if there's no action, even if there's nobody getting tear gassed, even if there's no performances, no speakers. It should not take one of those people to get you out on the street. It should take basic fucking human rights and that innocent lives are dying to get you out here on the streets. If you are going back to your normal life, I've heard a lot of people say, I'm not going to be able to march with y'all anymore because I have to go back to work. You're going back to normal? None of our demands have been met. Breonna Taylor's killers are still out there. Sean Ford's killers are still out there. George Floyd's killers are still out there and working and being paid. It is not over yet. Are we just getting started?
Jeff Nelson is walking as a free man and still paid as an officer despite being charged with second-degree murder and assault.
All right, y'all, we're about to go to the streets real quick. Just a reminder, just really quick, if you're not fucking black, do not fuck shit up. That's how EDM gets down. You're putting our lives in danger unless one of us tell you it's okay. We will not police any black people how to grieve. So whatever y'all do doesn't mean we're going to do it with you, but that's on you. We're about to head out to the streets. Again, if you're not fucking black, do not put our lives in danger. Do you see where that big yellow van is back there? We're all gonna go to the streets where we belong. But one more thing, do we have an amazing, strong ally that is willing to push our system? I see a lot of allies out here. One of y'all better raise your hands. Thank you, baby.
And also, you guys can take turns.
Thank you, baby. Yeah, we are. And so we can get everyone in the streets over by Big Yellow Van.
You're not fired. You're not doing the work. Well, y'all should take turns.
All right, so for those of you just tuning in, we are live. We are in Olympia, Washington. And, oh my God, puffers. Such a cute puffers. But we can't do a puffers break.
Don't forget to clean up.
You know, this is something I'm going to point out for those who may have seen and watched the daytime streams. We had this last Saturday. Black people talking, white, fragile men coming in and harassing and trying to silence black voices. We see this over and over and over and over. And when I see it, I still get to go home. I don't have, I have light skin, and I just get to go home and have my light skin life, and you better believe there's a difference. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, we're doing good. I saw some other activity around Proud Boy counter protest. They were taking pictures, so. I suspect, yeah, exactly. I suspect they're gonna.
I expect to see you running again.
Huh?
I expect to see you running again, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm streaming FYI, but I was just kind of saying my head's in that place.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just giving you shit now.
Yeah. I'm really, right now I still say on a scale of 1 to 10 it's a 3, but I'm definitely not hoping for calisthenics, that's for sure, but I come prepared for calisthenics.
I don't know what to expect either, so.
Bella, there was a fake page that was set up for Black Lives Matter that collected about $2 million before the fake page was taken down. You all on that side love screaming, that money doesn't go. Yes, because somebody created a fake page and took $2 million. This has been addressed by the black community and explained. There are multiple people that are seeking fundraising activity for the support under the banner of Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is an organization. Black Lives Matter is a movement. You are looking at the Black Lives Matter movement. There is a huge distinction. I also know that a couple of more moderators are going to be showing up, so I know the things are kind of devolving in the comments. Just be patient. A couple of more moderators are coming. Amy, oh my goodness, it's right. You know, you donated what, over $20 million to build a wall? And what did they do with that money? They bought a boat and a luxury house and a Range Rover and put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the pockets of people under the umbrella that they're doing social media. I would love somebody to put hundreds of thousands of dollars in my pocket for the social media that I'm doing right now. As would probably every other streamer that is here. Because we do this for free and it's flipping expensive. Oh, Francine, one day maybe you can aspire to be as good as us. And with that, goodbye. Oh, I see we're besmirching the dead. Goodbye. Right now, generally streamers at these things, we generally stick to the back. I see the amazing Tia to my right. She's an amazing photographer. She does a lot of still work at these, and she is a great, great, great photographer. Being the police is a job, not a skin color, unless when you say back to blue, you're talking about Smurfs. And then Smurfs were a arco-syndicalist commune in a patriarchal society with only one female that they all shared. So when you say Blue Lives Matter, you're like supporting the destruction of the nuclear family. You're supporting communism. You're supporting a singular dictatorial leader based on their age. Blue Lives Matter indeed. La 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 la. Papa Smurf, Papa Smurf.
Can we just not listen to black women? Is it just I'm saying something but it doesn't matter? Get to the streets if you're with us. If you're on the sidewalks, you are not with us. Well, you put your ass over there.
I don't know, maybe I'm just going to start saying Gargamel should be stopped whenever I see Blue Lives Matter. That's it. Stop Gargamel. And Azrael, right? Wasn't his cat Azrael? Somebody do that? It's been a long time since I've seen the Smurfs. Was the cat Azrael? Was that it? I'm pulling out a piece of gear, but I'm not doing it because of anything has changed. It's really hot. My head's cooking, so. It definitely feels warmer than what the weather forecast said it was going to be. Defund Gargamel. I totally love it. Defund Gargamel. Trevina, the whole trope of all lives matter is so old. When somebody says save the whales, they're not saying fuck all the other mammals on the planet. They're just saying that whales were a little more important than all the other mammals. When we say here in the Pacific Northwest, save the salmon, we're not saying that we don't give a shit about trout or sturgeon. It's just the salmon need more of our help. When we say here in the Pacific Northwest, hey, we have to do something back to the whales, to the killer whales, for the J-pods, because they're literally starving to death. It's not because we don't care about humpback whales or right whales. It's just they need a little more help. It's such an old friggin' trope. It's like a total trope. You know what? Do you support breast cancer? Like if your best friend, Trevina, came to you and said, Trevina, I have breast cancer. Would you look them in the face and they go, well, I don't know what you're talking about breast cancer because all cancer matters. Derp. Yes, human lives matter, Trump 2020. Isn't Trump the guy that's separating families, put little kids in cages? We have concentration camps. If all lives matter and Trump is going to save us, why are there 176,000 dead Americans from COVID right now? And with that, goodbye, Margaret. Hey, for those of you just tuning in, we are in Olympia, Washington. Hey, hey. We are in Olympia, Washington. This is the Black Lives Matter. We are marching to Governor Jay Inslee's mansion. Obama set it up. Trump turned it up to 11. By the way, all you guys who were saying 3 years ago Obama didn't do anything in immigration, and anybody in immigration will tell you that Obama is referred to as the deporter in chief. By the way, never voted for Obama either election. Not so. Love when people try to put me in a box. Oh, defund Gargamel. We have another defund Gargamel comment. No, Amy, I went to the bathroom before I came here, so I'm totally not full of shit right now. I'm actually quite relieved. Truth.
Your entire thesis is based off of the Bible.
It's amazing that all of these people have become medical examiner experts based on a statement from a lawyer that is defending 4 crooked cops. And now everybody knows how George Floyd died, contrary to what the medical examiner's report and the prosecutors had to say. So if 46% of people died in Democratic mayor cities, that means 54% of people died in Republican cities, Andrew. Math isn't a strong point for you. I'm just using your numbers, right? You said, ask your Democrat mayors, governors, 46 people died in them cities there, buddy. Okay, so that means 54% died in Republican cities. That's your math. I can't help you with the bad math. See, so even more important to get rid of those Republicans because they're killing more people. Your numbers. Mike, I go home and see a doctor every day. It's toasty. It's hotter than what they said it was going to be, that's for sure. Okay, I'm all good. Sorry about that. Every now and then, when I'm one-handing things, I tend to bump the pole with the foot.
Black.
Well, again, see, you got 46%, so that means 54%. So, thank you. You're just proving your point. You keep digging down on the 46% number. So, thank you for proving the point. I mean, 100 minus 46 is 54. That's what I was taught in school. There are a lot. There's massive white fragility in the comments on the feed today. That is for sure.
Don't try it. Don't try it. That's risky as fuck.
Hey, the Auto Club's here. They're about 2 blocks back, and they have the intersection blocked. I don't know if you can see them. They're a good 2 blocks back. There's multiple police cruisers. I would presume City of Olympia. And it looks like they are just diverting traffic away from us. So it looks like that's what's going on back there.
Like forward and backwards too. So if you see people doing this, maybe try and paddle. Okay. But it doesn't look like we're. That's good too. A lot of colorful labels.
What city is that, Julie? There absolutely should be sound. There actually just isn't a whole lot going on right now. Marxism is not like something you support. Marxism is a philosophy. It is not a political system. Anybody who went to college and studied economics or poli-sci or history would have studied some Marxism. I studied Marxism, part of my economics college classes, and Keynesian and Malthus. Among other systems. It's just such a little derpy thing to say.
It's gonna hit the car. It's gonna hit it. Unity, liberation, Black Lives Matter.
I would estimate the people group here of at least 300. It basically extends a full city block end to end. Short block, not a New York City block.
Fascist USA, no cops, no KKK, no fascist USA, no cops, no KKK, no fascist USA, no cops, no KKK, no fascist USA, no cops. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Ah, the mods have arrived. More mods are on the site. So once we kind of start moving here, I'll probably stop watching the video here. Dawn, totally not true. Goodbye, Dawn. No, Tom, I was taught at a rather middle-of-the-road school. And then I went to Caltech Pasadena, where I studied industrial relations. Among the radical leftists that were professors at Caltech Pasadena was Stephen Hawking. I was incredibly fortunate to be sent by an employer to that school. Incredibly fortunate. All right, I think we're kind of starting to like march. So moderators, it's your show. Aha. There we go. Oh, so much better. The next little pause we have, I'm probably going to take the pole up a little higher. You know, actually, I think I've got an opportunity. I'm going to bring the pole up a little higher for y'all.
Fuck the police, no justice, no peace. Fuck 12, take it to the streets and fuck the police, no justice, no peace.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm just trying to get away from Matthew. I've given them enough airtime in the last 3 months.
Fuck the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets and fuck the police. Black lives matter.
Right up the yellow line, please.
Every day. Every day. Every day. All cops are bastards. 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 Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Every day.
If you heard like a bang in the distance, that was distance left, and I don't think it had anything to do with what's going on here.
Give me an L! L, I got your L, I got your L! Give me an M! M, I got your M, I got your M! What does that spell? Black Lives Matter! What does that spell? Black Lives Matter! I got your B, I got your B! Give me an L! L, I got your L, I got your L! Give me an M! M, I got your M, I got your M! What does that spell? Black Lives Matter! What does that spell? Black Lives Matter! I got your B, I got your B. L, I got your L, I got your L. M, I got your M, I got your M. Black Lives Matter. 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 No good cops in a racist system. No bad protesters in a revolution.
Correct, Justin. We're in Olympia. For those of you just tuning in, we are live. We are in Olympia, Washington, in the March to Governor Inslee's mansion. Jacob Hawkins was an alumni. I did not learn on because I was studying a different path there. They call that douche. Who is that? The crossing over dude. Crossing over dude. The guy in South Park they called the biggest douche in the world in that episode. Crossing over dude. John. That's how you call a dead person. You get that John dude. Crossing over with John. Come on, somebody in the feed, help me. What's the name? I am about 2/3 of the way in. I'm about 2/3 of the way in of the protesters. So the group extends basically a full city block. What's happening is that because there are so many counter protesters around, and they are driving and circulating around us. The fire brigade is really having to run a very tight cordon through all of these intersections. And so what's happening is each intersection comes up, the group is having to stop, wait for the car brigade to create a completely non-porous barricade, and then advance the next block. And it is toasty. There's John Edwards. Thank you. Candy, thank you. Crossing over with John Edwards. That's how you communicate with a dead person. And now we go back to crossing. I'm getting something in the room, A J, a K, a name that starts with J, P, S. Sam? Yes, Sam. That's the name that's in my head. Sam.
Educate your neighborhood.
Sam was very important to you, wasn't he? Oh my God, it's like you can read my mind. Sam is telling me something. Saying about you should stop worrying about, there's something about worry, something happened. What a douche.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Educate your families. Educate your friends. Educate your neighborhood. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
One of the best ways that you can amplify black voices, is to go ahead and share or start a watch party of this stream. It's one of the best ways to amplify black voices. Jimmy Newsom, there's no such thing as a Marxist. Marxism is a philosophy. It's not a political system. How do you keep popping back in here with the same profile picture? Oh no, it's not the same profile picture. But I can see that we're probably just going to have to show you the door anyway.
Black Lives Matter. I got your V, I got your V. L, I got your L, I got your L. M, I got your M, I got your M. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Not true, Cindy. I know what you're going to put. Yes, it's true because they said they study Marxism. Anybody who's gone to college and studied poli-sci, history, or economics studied Marxism. You didn't take economics in college. You clearly did not even take an Economics 101 course, because if you did, you would have studied Marxism as part of your Economics 101 course. Marxism doesn't work. If Lenin knew Marxism didn't work because Lenin, after the Russian Revolution, didn't deploy Marxism. He deployed something different. As a matter of fact, in the mid to late 20s, what Lenin deployed looked a lot like democratic socialism. You could own a business, you could own property. It's when you had Stalinism, which is different from communism and socialism. Greg, your First Amendment rights don't apply in a private enterprise, only in government. If you want to come out here and shout on the sidewalk, you can celebrate your First Amendment rights. And with that, goodbye, Greg. Greg now has time to go look up that amendment and have it explained to him because I just banned him. Well, Mama should stop hanging out with the devil. Yes, people work on the weekends. I'm going to be basically working all day Sunday. The auto club is here. They are directing traffic around. I'm going to presume that's Olympia Police. They are about a block or so behind the car brigade. what?
No KKK, no racist USA.
Say it again.
Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and spam the heart. Spam the heart. You hit that little heart icon and spam it out. Every 10 hearts makes a Trump supporter cry. I haven't said that in a long time. Part of this is actually helping them. Well then, Sammy, if this is the most racist thing you have ever seen, we will go ahead, Mr. 3%er, terrorist, anti-government individual, and you don't have to watch it anymore. Goodbye, Sammy. Very ironic that a 3%er with the 3%er logo, 3%ers are deemed a terrorist organization in Canada. They are considered a terrorist organization by the Southern Poverty Law Center and the ACLU. They are avowed anti-government organization. And then to come in and comment on here like that is just beyond stunning. There was a streamer in Austin. We shared the stream. We did a watch party. You'd have to dig back for that. It was a few weeks ago. That streamer interviewed some 3%ers. And he interviewed some Boogaloo Boys. And typically, the 3%ers, especially Boogaloo Boys generally don't want to get on camera. It was super educational. And it was super fascinating. And it was one of these rare moments on the tango where I think both people on the left and the right were pretty much behaved because everyone was just kind of listening to their conversation and explaining their views and movements. It was really good stuff. It's actually one of the greatest pieces of journalism I've seen from a streamer.
Black men! Black men! Black criminals! Black criminals! Black homeless people! Black homeless people!
Clint, I am a proud member of that club.
All black people! All black people!
There are no leaders, Wendy, so good luck arresting them.
Black lives matter!
Aaron, that's very true. The keyboard warriors do have no life, and they're frightened kittens. And so they're very brave. Anonymously, most of them with fake accounts. We know that. Because we look at your accounts and you see I have like 12 friends. And there are like 12 people from 12 different countries. And it's like, it's a fake account. Like, you don't think we know? Come on. So they set up a fake account because they're so brave. And then they get behind their keyboard because they're so brave. In their mom's basement because they're so brave. And they spout hateful stuff because they're so brave. You want to show bravery? Come on out here. Come on out here dressed in t-shirts and shorts and a baseball cap and flip-flops. And you come to 2 or 3 of these and see how the police behave. You're either going to go, holy crap, or You're either going to go completely like, holy crap, or you're going to realize what a coward you really are. Oh my goodness. I was like thinking to myself, I've only been to Olympia a couple of times. It's totally wacky. I've lived in Washington for 20 years. And for the most part, Olympia for me is coming back from California or Oregon. You go under this bridge, a very beautiful bridge. You go under it. And for me, that's like, oh, I'm almost home. That's like the almost home bridge. And that's what I know of Olympia. But I have stopped here a couple of times. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I stayed at this hotel we're at one time. And I ate at the restaurant that's next door. I tapped out on the drive home. I know I was only, like, people are like, what do you mean? You're only an hour and a half away. Puppers! Most people here have jobs. As a matter of fact, that was one of the things they were talking about earlier. Is about how there's people going, I can come out and protest. I forgot my pig squeaker. I earned my pig squeaker on Sunday. People in the Pacific Northwest will know what a pig squeaker is and how you have to earn one. You have to go through some crazy stuff to earn one. And I was told, here, you can have a pig squeaker. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And apparently when I had a blast ball thrown at me, somebody there actually, that a couple of people saw it, some people in the feed. If you go back to the feed, you could hear people asking me if I'm okay, yada. But somebody that saw it actually grabbed a chunk of it. And I have it as a souvenir sitting on my desk right now in my office. And so I'm really appreciative of that. Oh my God. There's just a deliriously happy dog. And we're stopped for the moment here. Let's see, I want to show puppers. All right, here we go. I think I might be able to show puppers here. Whoops. Whoop. I'm just trying to get to where I can show puppers. There we go. Puppers. I don't know, can you guys see the puppers? Oh, there we go. Now we got puppers. We got puppers with no human face in it. Puppers. This dog is deliriously happy. We love the puppers. Hello, puppers. We are dog friendly at the Malcontentment Tango. We're also cat friendly.
What you gonna do? Stand up like that. When black lives are under attack, what you gonna do? When black lives are under attack, what you gonna do? Stand up like that. When black lives are under attack, what you gonna do? Stand up like that. 'Cause whose lives matter? Black lives matter. 'Cause whose lives matter? Black lives matter. 'Cause whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Say it louder.
Whose lives matter? Black lives matter. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Those racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Those racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Those racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Those racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Those racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Those racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey.
Middle line, please.
Security is asking me to move.
These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go. Hey, hey.
We are still marching, y'all, so let's keep on chanting. We're gonna keep the mic here. We're gonna keep on marching, but we're gonna keep the mic here.
Just go around me. Just go around.
Consider Jesus Christ and what Jesus did for you at the cross. He has been telling us about the way that you're acting. Ask Jesus Christ to save you. Bible says, whosoever calls on the name of the Lord Jesus shall be saved. If you will call on the name of Jesus, you shall be saved. You will not come into condemnation. You will pass from death unto life. Only Jesus can give you the victory today. Only Jesus can give you the victory today. In Jesus is the victory. I said in Jesus is the victory. You come to Christ, you believe in what Jesus did at the cross, you believe
So I'm trying to move away. It's like my own little personal Jesus stalker. Oh no, you're fine. I don't want to step on the dog.
We want freedom, freedom. All these races has cost. Freedom, freedom, freedom. We want freedom, freedom. All these races has cost. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom, all these races has cost. Freedom, freedom, freedom.
I think the creator
Mark, you guys are real quiet. You are to fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of
Hey, the mainstream media decided to show up for
the
this.
authority of Jesus Christ.
They must.
In order to be saved, Jesus said, I am the door. By me, if any man enters, he shall be saved.
Until the cops come, everybody wanna be black. Until the cops come, everybody wanna be black.
Be quiet, let's be quiet, y'all.
Abundantly. The abundant life is found only in Jesus Christ.
Everybody wanna be black. Fuck these fucking streets up! Okay? Black lives matter! 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 Black lives matter!
Hey, there's the anti-Semitic comment.
Black lives matter! 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 Black lives matter!
We're not in Portland or Seattle. Joanna, no.
Real quick. Breonna Taylor was sleeping in her bed.
They don't use the
She got
term
executed.
African Americans. They don't
Our
refer to
killers are
themselves
still
as
walking
African
free on these
Americans.
streets.
It's an archaic term.
No justice, no peace. What is liberty and justice for all? Tweet us out of black box. It only works for white people. The system was only meant to work for the white people. Liberty and justice for all. Breonna Taylor still hasn't gotten liberty and justice. George Floyd, Sandra Bland, and Ahmaud Arbery. Their killers are still out walking free on these streets. So we need to be out here on these streets, making noise for them, saying their names. If nobody else will, we will.
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Yeah, always.
Can you remind me your name one more time?
Malcontentment Tango.
What?
Well, streamer, Malcontentment Tango.
Oh, gotcha. Eden.
What's that?
Eden.
Eden.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Grandpa. Good turnout?
Yeah, great turnout.
I'd say about 300-ish.
Yeah. I think this is great, especially since we all came from Seattle for this. Like,
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
For sisters and our brothers. Stay together. Stay tall. We do this every night. Stay together. Stay tight. We do this every night. Stay together. Stay tight. We do this every night. Stay together. Stay tight. We do this every night. Stay together. Stay tight. We do this every night. Stay together. Stay tight. We do this every night. Stay together. Stay tight. We do this every night.
As you can see, it is a very, very large group. It seems as though we may have even picked up some people along the way. We appear to be, more than oh, there's the coward comment. Did take long for that. They're anything but. I haven't seen the full-blown coward comment in a while, so, but yeah, I can tell you, they are anything but. Except, hey, beast, right? Yeah, it is. All right, hey, I just with the eyes, so.
Start listening to Jesus.
It's like comic relief. That was just, look, I'll give him the one little point of credit. It was perfectly timed on his part. I will give him that.
Whose lives matter? What lives matter? When I say Jesus loves, what are you going to say? Black people. Who did Jesus love?
Black people! Black people! Black people! Black people! I can so get behind that. Just as a reminder, Jesus was a dark-skinned Arab Jew. There is not a single Christian in the Bible until after the New Testament. Just a reminder. And let's not forget, Paul denied him, Judas betrayed him, and Thomas doubted him. If you're tired of everybody and they're screaming, then why are you watching the feed? Wow. That person had like drill instructor voice that just came by me. Puppers! Oh my God, so cute!
Florida Cat still didn't get it. Florida Cat still didn't get it. Florida Cat still. Oh, Emmett Till didn't get it. Emmett Till didn't get it. Shut it down! Emmett Till didn't get it. Shut it down!
Hey, the Auto Club is here. We'll get a shot of the Auto Club here in a little bit.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
Actually, we're not gonna, the Auto Club is pretty far back. I think they're just actually blocking intersections. Most people here have jobs. Bye, Damien. Damien, put the dog down, Damien. The MSM was here, and it just looked like they were shooting a little B-roll on the side. I haven't seen them follow the group. I want to see Jesus Dude go up and knock on Jay Inslee's door. Say hi, Jay. I'm here to talk to you about Jesus Christ. That would be amazing. Michelle, real threats are reported to Facebook and the police. Be aware of that. And Michelle, your threat is being reported to Facebook, and we have screenshotted it. And one of the mods is visiting your profile page to look for information on there and document it also. Real threats are dealt with.
Understand what I'm saying to you. You're going to understand the word of the Lord God.
We just respect hateful comments, Ricky. We respect respectful opposing views. We don't respect asshole comments. I have a job, Rick. I run a marketing agency. I employ people. How about you get a job, Rich? By the way, it's a Saturday. Most people have the day off on Saturday. Not all people. I don't have the day off tomorrow. I have 2 client projects I'm delivering tomorrow. Ricky, your white fragility is showing. How come you guys aren't upset on the war on the post office? Veterans aren't getting their medications. Livestock that's sent mail is dying. Farmers aren't getting stuff they need. Landlords are not getting their rent checks, and they're already suffering because of sea disease and eviction moratoriums. But they're not now getting the rent checks on time because they're trapped in the mail from the people sending checks. If you guys claiming out there all lives matter, how come you're not upset at what's going on in Iowa? Iowa's been flattened, 43% of their crops destroyed. Their governor said, hey, I'm getting you aid. Dear Leader said, I'm going to come out and see. Dear Leader didn't even bring a roll of paper towels to throw at them. And if you go and look at the relief bill, it is only for basic infrastructure. No farms or homeowners have been given any federal aid. 43% of Iowa's crops are destroyed. Iowa's a battleground state. How come you guys aren't upset about that? Because I know what the replies are. You're lying. The 43% numbers from Trump FEMA's organization. I don't know, it's like, what, the Republican governor of Iowa as part of the deep state? Do you realize how batshit crazy some of you all sound? Air launch missile? Was that a threat way or threatening an air launch missile? Just kidding. I know what you meant. Yeah, well, if we have mods, we have a system, and we have a security system to keep me safe in the field. But I appreciate the concern. Karen, did things get a little too real for you in the comments?
Freedom, all these races.
sound's popping in and out a little bit. What's happened was on Sunday, I think the microphone definitely took more than what it's designed for. Oh my God, this puppy is so cute. I wish I could show it. Summer season all year is in honor of Summer Taylor. Summer Taylor was murdered on July 4th. They were fighting for justice, and they paid for their life. Well, if you believe in the spiritual thing, maybe summer is here.
So I need everyone to be completely silent when I'm talking about this. Everyone. To our right is a state patrol. There's the head of state patrol. That same state patrol that did not protect or help, even though it is their duty to serve and protect to help. And what I am about to say is going to be triggering for some people. No, I'm not going to back it. I'm not. But I do want to say, on the day of July 3rd, they did not keep us safe, and that is why we are working to defund the police, the patrol, and anyone whose laws and rules are built on the back of black slaves, on indigenous people, and taking us apart. State Patrol did not protect, even though it is their duty to serve and protect, and that is why we are defunding. We are fighting for defundment. We are fighting for quality immunity to defund that. We are fighting to get rid of all the systems that are trying to kill us every single day. This building is to be taken down by the end of this.
You want to shit a little bit on State Patrol? It's literally shit. You can if you gotta use the bathroom. Can we say, fuck State Patrol? Fuck State Patrol! Forget, let's say forget State Patrol. I keep forgetting there's babies. Forget State Patrol! 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 Forget State Patrol!
Hey, one thing about these guys is, so after that incident happened, they called what we were doing for the past, what it was 19 days at that point, they called what we were doing criminal and illegal behavior. Well, if it was so criminal and illegal, then that makes them accomplices, because they sure was taking the duty and the responsibilities of shutting the freeway down for those 19 days. They sure took that on themselves. So if what we did was criminal and illegal behavior, then you guys is accomplices. So that means what? Get the fuck out of here, go to jail, or take your ass home. One of the two. 'Cause there ain't no way around that shit. If what we did was wrong, then y'all just as wrong. Period. Like, you guys are complicit in this whole goddamn thing.
Can you tell people to stop hitting
you
us?
guys don't
Can
need
you
to
do that
exist
first?
either.
Thanks.
Because if SPD and OPD don't need to exist, why do we need state control either? Because what do they really do? Besides give people heckin' tickets for speeding. Like, what do they really do? What do they really do?
And Trump used them, Cheryl, so I mean, like, what's the point?
They resist the truth, they resist
And Trump separated kids, and Trump put kids in concentration camps. The Trump administration has lost approximately 13,000 children in the system, of which advocates, lawyers, and families have basically no clue where they are. I thought the whole Quanon thing right now was save the children, so how come you're not interested in saving those children? Oh, wait a minute, because they're brown people.
what have they been doing?
That's why. Your white privilege racism is showing.
Attacking us. We can't let this shit happen anymore.
I know, Joe, it's going to be starting on Monday.
This is going to save my life. Your words, your actions, signing those petitions,
No, they haven't.
it's what's
Rex.
going to change my life.
I don't allow misinformation on the page. They are lost in the system, thousands of them. There's actually a whole bunch of them in a hotel in Seattle that they're using essentially as a prison. You actually read and studied and did some
We're talking a lot
information.
about Trump and a lot about Biden right now, but what really matters close to home is your local election, your state representatives, your district senators. Those are the people that are in your backyard that have direct access to the change that we need. Trump and Biden, at the end of the day, are both shit. They're both ass choices. Trump is Trump, and then Biden is Trump without a toupee and a tan. And a token black woman right now. How convenient is it that he has a token black woman just announced right now? I know, exactly. I'm like, her black vote was revoked a while ago. But moral of the story is you need to focus on your district representatives and your state senators because those
Then why are
have
you
direct
watching it,
access to the
Catherine?
help we need right now and make educated choices on those. We have access to be having conversations with those people right now. Make sure that those people align with your norms and this country will continue to go in the route that is going now. Only about 60% of King County voted last in the primary election, and that was the highest that it's ever been. That's not good enough. 60% is still a D. That is barely passing.
I'm just trying to get away from Jesus, dude. Hey, hey.
Bird's Eye News.
What's that?
Bird's Eye News.
Oh, Bird's Eye. Hey, 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 hey. How are you doing? Sweet rigs, man.
I know. Working with an H4 right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I like to do stills.
Very nice. So you want a remote to do the stills then, or?
No, manual.
Got it. But you're just holding it up so you can get the...
This thing actually connects to a tripod and use it as a jib too.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. We're having a camera conversation here.
The funny thing is you can live.
How'd you get away from Jesus, dude?
And that was the first thing that pops up. Yeah, that's not what our history books teach. That's not what we talk about in schools. That's not what white parents are educating their children on. I mean, maybe you have now for like what, 3 months, 4 months?
I'm definitely going to upgrade to your battery idea.
Oh, this is just go all day, just run all day, right? I got this, I got 3 things running off of it right now. And I can go like 8 hours and I've only used maybe 40% of the battery. It's nuts. It's a great solution.
I've just got a 20,000 battery.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like, the other thing is that, like, here's my, yeah, and see, like, that's how heavy it is. That's it. That's one of the batteries weighs, right? And how do they pack so much freaking power into that? It's because I had this brick before. It was like 57, and I mean, it was like carrying a flipping brick.
They just made these.
Yeah. That's my... I'm pretty sure it says throw explosives at me though, not press. I think it says please pepper spray me. At least that's when the police see this. They see like whack me with baton. They don't see the word press.
I'm pretty safe here in Olympia mostly. We had some rubber bullets a while back.
I actually just put this on because it was so flipping hot and I was just my head was roasting.
I have a helmet in my car.
That's some seriously bad truck brakes and bad drums. All right, I think Jesus Dude moved. I'm gonna go back so you guys can hear I'll see you later. You guys can see what's going on and hear. Oh my, there's some puppers. Hello, puppers. Hello, oh my God, you're gorgeous. You are so gorgeous as a puppers. We got puppers. And now this and the other puppers we showed earlier is like, hey, where's my love? Here, we're gonna show the puppers. Pupper cam. Oh yeah, we're good. Got him right in frame. There's the puppers. This one. Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter?
No, I'm glad you are. I respect you right away.
We appreciate that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I saw what happened. I don't understand. It's just... All right, I'm one-handing the camera. You're gonna have to bear with me for a minute. All right, that should be better now. Sound should be better. Alright, there we go. When I tip the camera down to see the puppers, I yank the microphone, so sorry about that. Sound still good? I'm gonna do.
No justice, no peace. The COVID is a pandemic. That racism is an epidemic. I'm here.
Sound still good? Sound so good?
To stop racism by any means necessary. In countries where COVID has been addressed properly, social distancing, mask wearing, and contact tracing have all gone to mitigate.
Well, I'm not seeing anything here. People saying they can't hear me, so I'm going to assume that sound is so good.
He was ill-prepared to handle global racism. Well, today we are here as a contact. Traces of racism, the mask of love, to cover hate, the social distancing of ignorance, because this cure starts from within. If I have to die in these streets, my black body becomes just another sight.
As long as you continue to reject the gospel, you will not be a cross.
Die in the streets, by any means necessary. If by means necessary, if I take up the first race.
Man, Sunday night, I put up a DJ LRAD and their all-night techno party for 20 minutes. I think I would rather have that than 20 minutes of Jesus, dude.
I'm looking to end war. By supporting black people, by saying black people matter, you take a stand against the most insidious virus of all. You start waiting for a cure from above and understand your role in stopping the virus from within. By doing the right thing, by making social, racial, transforming just the only thing that matters. You tell your children and your children's children that you are not afraid to give up what you have so that another person could have just as much. Thank you.
This isn't a fight to us. This is a movement. This isn't just a trend. This is us taking back our lives, freedom, and we haven't even yet fought for equality. We are still fighting for our civil rights. We are still fighting to be civil with you, to be tolerated by you. You are lucky that all we want is equality. You are lucky that we are not standing on the edge for revenge. White privilege is being unaware of the world that lives right under your feet that you undoubtedly walk over daily. A fact. Every highway and interstate in America crosses over what some of you would call the ghetto. And some of you don't even realize it, but every day when you get into your car, you are driving over the people who have been oppressed from our system. You are driving over the communities who are screaming out for help, who are dying, the ones who do not receive proper medical care, the ones living on low income. There are people trying to survive right under your feet. Can you hear them? It is too often that we are silenced beneath the sound of your white noise. And it's become so normalized that some of you can only sleep while you're listening to the same white noise. Wake up! Dear America, how dare you say, keep me great again, when in fact you have never been great to begin with. Our country's greatness climaxed off the Great Depression when our economy crashed and the wealth belonged to the people with the right to speak. Do you see a trend? In the face of a pandemic, our economy is dying and the ones with the loudest voice have the most power.
Truth.
Our freedom of speech is slowly being erased from history. Speak up! Dear America, how dare you say land of the free when your land was stolen and built by the people who were stolen from their own land? We may no longer be slaves, but we're enslaved to your conditions. We are enslaved by our lack of freedom that you have continued to feed into our skin-deep system. Our skin isn't a weapon, yet your white skin-proof system somehow still goes skin-deep. You have weaponized a culture and colonized a people as to call warfare on my people. And see, that's the problem with racism, y'all. It's always your people against my people. And so all these people out here scream, all lives matter, remember the lives of slaves. Remember that my people only have my people. We never agreed to be separated from the population in the first place. That was your choice. So congratulations for making America look like it's not racist. Congratulations for making racism look like it wasn't racism. But we are calling you out for what you are. We are chained and shackled to be thrown into cages. We are just and suffocated to be thrown into coffins. And our blood is pooling. And our streets that you took, but our blood is pooling in your hands. The kids that we are told are supposed to serve and protect us, yet we serve you. And this one was yes, sir. When our hands are up and we are no longer a threat,
Paul, I don't know if you're being flippant, serious, or ironic, but I love the comment. I think either way, it just that comment just works no matter how you did it. You win the internet for the day. Paul wins the internet for the day.
Not enough. Enough to realize that you are killing a living being. Enough to see that when the inside of somebody's body is failing, they're in a shell. Our skin should no longer be a factor. But what they see is not
Truth, we see that in the comments here in the feed. They use that exact word in the feed, animals.
Up to take back what is ours.
Oh my God, Dave.
And they are angry that we value our lives, and now other people, like you, allies, are too. Our blood was the ink that was used to write the Constitution. Our blood, our sweat, and our tears that were used to write your country and build your country. And for 400 years we sat and we played your game. We built your economy. We built your wealth. And we received nothing except discrimination for life followed by a death sentence. And every time we tried to stand up for what was right, we were told to sit down, shut up, get shot, get executed, get whipped, get burned, get hung. You don't get to choose. And even as we watch you die, we have power over you. Either way, you end up in a coffin a lot sooner than I do. Did that statement make you uncomfortable? It should, because we're tired. We are tired of paying America to slaughter us. We are tired and we are angry, so forgive us when we burn your buildings down. Forgive us when we take back what we've been dying for. Forgive us when we no longer give a fuck. Sorry, I have to say it. We are tired of making your America great again. We are so tired. We are tired of being your stepping stool. We have carried you for so long. Your America that continues to redline and segregate minority groups, as you casually call it, the hood. Your America where black people make up 38% of the prison population, which is slavery. The prison population is slavery, but I don't got time for all that right now.
56% of people serving life sentences in the American prison system are black.
Are separated from families, and their only sense of freedom comes when they see God face to face. There are children starving and dying in cages. We are tired of the empty promises that cost us our lives and our sanity while you scream out thugs, delinquents, criminals, and ghetto. I'm gonna get personal for a second. A story. When I was in 5th grade, my teacher called me a delinquent. A backhanded compliment that she tried to sweeten by saying it wasn't my fault, I was just born that way. No, what she meant to say is I'm black, and that's all she'll ever see. I'm black, and that's all I'll ever be. It's just part of my statistic. And the sad thing is, a lot of us will become the statistic. A lot of us will prove you right. Not because you are, but because your system doesn't allow you to be wrong. In the same grade, a middle schooler shoved me into a toilet. And when I pulled myself back together after trying on the floor of the stall, I casually went back to class and never said a word. I was so scared that the teacher would see the fear in my eyes and part of me wanted her to. But the ignorance in her saw a kid, a little black kid who took a little too long playing in the sink. My first detention. And that was the first time I realized that black kids and white kids, we don't grow up the same. And even me being a little black kid, my teacher, a grown white adult, she did not see it. What she saw as playful, I saw as painful. What she saw as fairness, I saw as fear. I was 9 years old. That was also the first time I realized to a student-to-teacher ratio, I have knowledge on a subject she knew absolutely nothing about. And the racism I faced in schools was chalked up to bullying. It's just what kids do. Don't take it so personal, sticks and stones. So we are reprimanded for the mental illnesses caused through generations of systematic trauma. Can you imagine the PTSD from racism? Because that's a whole battlefield that no one wants to speak up about. For us, the war isn't overseas, the war is in our streets. We can't go home. Our skin is a deployment that we never signed up for in the first place. A trauma that we are forced to ignore for your comfort. I remember you were a cool kid if you could spell Mississippi. And I wish that you were even cooler if you could jump rope. And for once, I thought I sounded educated.
And once again, a white man is trying to shout over a strong black woman.
We learned differently, so they treated us differently. See, those little kids learned how to spell Mississippi from a nursery rhyme. I learned how to spell Mississippi when I saw the movie Mississippi Burning. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch it. I was 7 years old. I didn't need a catchy song to remember. I remember because the people burning looked like me. And the fear I saw in their eyes became the fear in mine. See, we are taught different. We learn things different. You saw things, I saw things that you never had to see. Our childhoods were stripped from our own innocence. So dear America, where was the same anger that you have from people burning your buildings that we built? When my people are burned alive in the streets, until the value of my life isn't a political issue, we protest. Until the lives of children are not being lived in a cell, we protest. Until the lives of Black people are not incarcerated for crimes they commit or commit with an already served sentence, we protest. Death penalty at the hands of lawmakers, we protest. Until women's rights are no longer at the hands of men, white men, we protest. Until every single person that walks the streets of America is free, we protest. Until the land of the natives is returned, we protest. And the pursuit of happiness may be for some, but the majority of us, nah. That's why we're in the minority. White skin, light skin, dark skin, just not the right skin. Can I propose that no race should ever be in the minority? There's no facts, there's no statistics, there's no proof that one race can reproduce faster than the other, so we got a problem. In order for us to be in the minority, it means that we are dying too fast or for some reason not living long enough. We are literally being killed off. And this is not just an American issue, this is a humanity issue. Black and brown people are dying in every country that this world holds. But America, to trademark yourself, to call yourself great, to advertise your
And Cindy, your color is beautiful.
we hold you at an even higher standard. So dear America, you lied to us, you lied to the world. You trademark yourself with an empty promise, and you open your borders to immigrants with that same promise, yet you give the slightest bit of freedom to entrap us.
And once again,
America, you are the
a white privileged man is trying to shout out a black female voice.
But says it's because I love you. The one who begs you to stay because, well, I need you to function. But if you're not happy here, you can leave. It makes sense, America. We built you, and you're toxic. America, you are the
Basically, they are purposely creating feedback on a sound system in an attempt to drown her out. Because this is the bravery of white America. This is white fragility on display. Own it. Makes you uncomfortable? It should make you uncomfortable.
And from the age of 5 years old, from the age of 5, we are conditioned to stand up and say we pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Do you know what you are pledging to? Allegiance, a definition, loyalty or commitment of a subordinate to a superior of an individual. We are forced to pledge ownership over to you. We are forced to pledge allegiance to be allies on a system founded on the opposite of one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. America, where is our justice? Where is our freedom? This does not stop until we have both. Thank you.
Thank you. We're listening to one of the young black activists. That was a tremendous speech. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear all of it.
That means we need to be tight. So everyone, please get in tight before we start heading out. Let's get in tight. Let's get in tight. We are going to take this as a threat as walking over the street up here.
For those of you just tuning in, this is live. We are in Olympia, Washington for the March for Justice to the Washington Governor's Mansion. Washington Governor is Jay Inslee. If people want a funky scale check in on a 1 to 10, it's still a 3. Going to get bright here in a second, and then the camera will adjust. I would say right now, camera's probably pointing right into the sun, so you might not be seeing much of anything at the moment. I'm going to check the feed. Oh no, it's not as bad as I thought.
Alright, let's get it tight and let's start moving. We are going through this way. Frontline, we are going this way. It's going to be a little hard. Is this something?
That's why I re-told everyone.
Does everyone know the chant that trees daughter the earth of earth? I'll said it once and I'll say it again. When we come together, it's a problem for them. I said it once. When we come together, it's a problem for them. I said it once and I'll say it again. When we come together, it's a problem for them. You guys can get so much louder than that. You guys can get so much louder. Let's start that all over. I said it once and I'll say it again. You guys are weak. Come on. We're gonna do it again until we get it right. I said it once. Say it again. I said it once and I'll say it again. When we come together, it's a problem.
Then I'm a sinner. Proud sinner. Fun fact, Judaism, Islam, and Christian all come from the same branch and all believe in the same God. Ooh, I know that just upset some people. I have nothing against religion, just hypocrisy. Taking a quick water break, camera might get a little jiggly. I know you're listening to me drink water, it's gross, sorry.
United, we'll never be divided. The people, united, we'll never be divided. The people, united, we'll never be divided. The people, united.
All right, just down the quart of water, you might hear a liter. You just might hear a burp here in a minute. There we go. Don't worry about me, I'll catch up. I hope. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. All right, there we go. Water break over. Woo. I'm really not trying to have a wicked burp right now. Holy shit. All right, I'm swapping modes here for a minute. So some of you who may watch the feed, if you're new to the feed, I work 3 different cameras because I'm also working on a documentary. So every now and then you may be, why is the feed camera pointing some way? Why aren't you showing me something? And it's because I'm recording on one of the other cameras. And that's what's going on right now. And I do see the tree branches. We're gonna have to do a dip. Beautiful tree. Dr. and Mrs. Malcontent, if you're watching, don't forget we have a photo trip to that little town by the coast to get the picture of that lit up street. Don't forget that. We have a photo trip dinner date. Hopefully dinner. Not sure what time we'll finish up here. But we do have a date night with the photo trip. Honey. Thank you for your patience while I was doing some other stuff. Right now they're just yelling Black Lives Matter. Welcome, Tyler. I appreciate the thanks. It could be a thankless job. It's funny, there's people who, oh my God, you are so cute. Oh my God, he's a puppy alert. I know. He has a yellow toe and all this other, I don't know what he is. Scary human. I don't see what riot you're talking about. I don't see a riot.
Is a mere resistance to the revolution. It is a protest in itself. For white people, your silence is a violence. Do you see the difference? If we smile, it's a protest. If you're silent, it's a violence. Educate yourself, educate your friends, educate your families, and know there is work to be done. It is not easy, but there is work. There's a long road in front of us, and if you are here to tell me you are ready to fight for what's right for today.
Black joy is a protest.
I love black people leading the protest. I'm just excited. Let's
stop for a second. Let's get a little bit further so everyone's in tight.
How you doing?
I want to remind all black people that when we say Black Lives Matter, we are still talking about ourselves. We should still be taking care of ourselves, making sure we aren't the only ones fighting for ourselves. I hope you guys know that you're talking about yourself. Say Black Lives Matter. It is exhausting having to fight. That is the truth. That's why I hate that Are we tired, Trent? Because I'm tired of stuff. I am so tired. TK can lie to you, but TK's ass is tired too. Be knocked out, slumped in bed. We are tired.
Y'all are gonna have to excuse me. I'm gonna have to switch to the third camera because just as a photographer, as a journalist, I may never get another shot, another chance like this again. It's an amazing shot right now. Ah, come on. Truly amazing shots going on right now. Again, if you're watching the stream, focusing on something else. Sorry about that. Focusing on doing a different shot at the moment. I also have to. Actually, it would be a good thing if I did. Okay, good. My microphone was actually snagged from equipment, and I'm actually glad it came off. So I was just going to say, I'm going to have to keep my microphone up for a minute. I'll be back to streaming in a moment. I'm just doing some equipment stuff at the moment. Bear with me. Alright, almost there, folks. Could you do me a favor? Could you just hold the pole?
Hold it?
Yeah, just hold the pole. Thank you.
No problem. You okay?
So much. Yeah. My mic got all tangled up, the wire, and I'm resetting, so.
I got you.
Say hi to the world, Tia.
Hello
everyone. I hope you're listening in and learning a few things.
I hope they're learning a few things also. There's a lot of shit posting in the comments today, unfortunately.
Oh, really? The truth always hurts, though. You know
The
that.
truth definitely hurts. Thank you so much. How are you holding up? Did you get a water?
Yes, I
Okay.
just took a sip.
Oh, good,
Just
good,
took a
good,
sip,
good.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go catch up with the speakers. Tea is amazing.
So he's a big part of that too. Ramon Satterberg plays a big part of that because he's the district prosecuting attorney. He's the guy that makes those decisions on who's charged now. He's that guy. He's the one that he's accountable for any qualified immunity too because he charges these guys and put pressure up here too. Because the more he charges, the more they're gonna be like, well shit, we ain't got nothing else to do but get the people what they want. He's the guy too. Spam his ass too. Sorry, kids. Spam him too, though. Literally, call him. Tell him what to do. Let's bully him in his inboxes and his emails and whatnot. Literally, because he has the power to do something too. And he's went a long time without doing nothing. And he just now wants to step up. Nah, bro. If that's the case, you need to go way back in time and step up from the beginning.
What's that?
Go back to the beginning of this and step up too.
Oh, it's
There's
facing
been more
backwards?
than just John T. Williams. There's more before him
Thank
too. So
you,
let's go
man.
back all the way to the
Thank
first
you.
one and start there. Because one murder is not enough, bro. When he didn't kill 2 other people,
All right, sorry about
that's
that.
not enough to just charge him with just one. He needs to be charged with all 3. So y'all better call Daniel T. Satterberg too. And spam his ass too, because
It'll turn to point the right way in a minute, folks.
Yeah. I want to come back again and tell you something that you need to know about if you already don't know. There's an initiative called I-940. Anybody knows about it? If you all want to end immunity, if you all want to end police brutality, this is where decisions are going to be landed. This is where your legislatures are working to put those policies in. I-940 is so powerful, and it requires cities and counties to implement. How that is going to be implemented at the city level is critical. Where you come in is following up your city legislatures when they are meeting, your city council when they are meeting, and being part of that conversation. Be sure to show up. Show up during the meetings where they vote, and if you think you don't like anything they're voting for, don't be scared to say no, because our voices are stronger when we say no altogether. I urge you to look at I-940, which was formed by families of those who are affected by the police brutality, Andrew Taylor, some of them from here, and also the indigenous people who have lost their loved ones. And they've been meeting, they have working groups, 4 working groups, to look into all these pieces of police brutality. And they're gonna be making recommendations. When these guys are back, they're gonna look at the governor's task force, they're gonna look at I-940 findings and recommendations. I urge you to find out more about I-940. I know you can find it up there. Put your input, because they'll be reaching out to citizens to offer input. This is where we need to apply our pleasure. This is where we need to hit hard. If we want to end police brutality for our own people, we have to speak up. Not just on the street, not just on the chats, but actually calling your own legislature and holding them accountable. I am holding my elected officials in my city here accountable. I call them up if they're wrong.
Can we get some bipartisan agreement on holding politicians accountable?
They owe us an answer.
Regardless
If
of your
you cast
politics,
your
if you
vote
think we should hold politicians
for,
accountable, spam those hearts.
Hold them accountable. Let them know they are not listening. Let them know they are failing. And if your mayor is failing, have them evicted. They evict us from homes, we can evict them too. We have that power. Don't ignore the meeting that your city council has. The city councils have the power to change how their cities work. We here in Olympia, although we have this wonderful building, we still hold our city council accountable. Because what we do here in our city council is going to affect you guys when you come into town. When you bring your matches into town, we want to make sure your bodies and your families are well protected here. So we are holding our city council accountable.
This is posted on Facebook.
To lay down policies that are going to make this town safe for everybody. We call them up. We call the city manager. Don't be scared to call your city manager. They hold a lot of power. They are the backbone of any city council. So make sure you're holding them accountable. You're calling them every day. You are emailing them. Bag them. Because if you don't sleep, they don't sleep. If you don't eat, they don't eat. I haven't eaten today. So, and I'm sure they've eaten. So if they don't eat, if I don't eat, they don't get to eat. If I don't sleep, they don't go to sleep. If my phone never turns down, their phones are never going to turn down. If I'm always on email checking and writing, their emails are going to stay busy. Stay busy. Keep them on their toes. That's the only thing that's going to get us where we want.
I'll say it again. If you support...
Whose lives matter? Who needs freedom? You don't know who needs freedom? Oh, come on. Black people need freedom. Black lives matter. Do you have freedom? No, you don't have freedom, because if you had freedom, we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be marching here right now. Who would like to be at the beach right now, barbecuing with families? You would. You don't have that freedom. So ask for your freedom. And ask it by pistons. Be vocal. Be united. What's happening here is unity. What's happening here is what we call a Harambe. Coming all together.
Oregon started as a white-only territory.
To eradicate anti-blackness, anti-indigenous people, colonized people. Yes, we can. I am one of the organizers here in Olympia, and I tell you I never sleep. Because I'll never sleep until my children are safe. I'll never put my phone down until my children are able to sleep, walk, protest whenever they want. Until you are all safe. I'm going to start it to the bullies until you're all safe. I'm going to raise my voice until you're all safe. I'm going to amplify until you're all safe. All Black Lives Matters. All Black Lives Matters. Have peace, unity. Can I sing a song? I wanna be free. I wanna be free. You wanna be free. You wanna be free. Marching on the streets, all together. One in peace, all together. You wanna be free. I wanna be free. You wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free from police brutality. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. You wanna be free. I wanna be free. Everybody on the street asking for peace. Everybody on the street asking for help. Everybody on the street looking for food. Everybody on the street looking for union. I wanna be
for Jaya. Give it all your heart. Give it all your heart. You cannot stop with what you start. You cannot stop. Give it all your heart. Give me not one Jaya. Give me not for Jaya. Give it all your heart. Give it all your heart. You want some freedom? Give it all your heart. You want a job? Give it all your heart. You want to have family? Give it all your heart. You want peace? Give it all your heart. Give it all your heart. Give it all your heart. Give it all your heart.
Actually, not true, Darla. We generally take care of our own.
You wanna be free?
Bye, Darla.
You wanna be free? You wanna be free? You wanna be free? You got a dream. You want to dream.
No, no police here. 100% peaceful.
No one can stop you from your dreams. No one can know.
No fire here in Seattle. Fox News took pictures from Minneapolis and interposed them and said it was Seattle. And then they were like, oops, and then they just deleted the pictures when they were called out for it. Still, I prefer Kailuthu. Actually, oh yeah, the auto club is here. Police are here. You look off there when the camera catches up off in the day. It's a little hard to see probably because the camera might be right into the sun. But there is a cordon of what I would presume state police officers. Way, way, way off in that frame. Top frame center. Top frame center, you just may be able to make them out. It was totally peaceful last night. Marched on North Precincts in Seattle. And, interesting. The police really didn't come out. The police didn't do anything and everybody went home.
Because I'm going to have a big request. So for people who have living on a nation of stolen land, stolen people, the United States
Kimberly, you're not going to be able to stick around for the protest porn because you just admitted you're only here for the protest porn. So, bye, Kimberly. No protest porn for you.
So, we have a group here that will be singing. Please sing along if you know the words. We're going to keep repeating it until everyone knows the words because everyone should be singing the true national anthem. And also, if you want to come up and sing and take turns on the mic and you are a black person that knows your anthem, please come up here. And if you can sing, please come up here. Also, we are singing the first two stanzas. You can pull it up on your phone real quick. Black National Anthem while you're standing here. Black National Anthem. Pull it up on your phone. Black National Anthem. Pull it up on your phone. Black National Anthem. Pull it up on your phone. Black National Anthem. Pull it up on your phone. The National Anthem. Pull it up on your phone. The National Anthem. Pull it up on your phone. Okay, say I got it. You got it? Okay, y'all, we're gonna start singing. We're just gonna be singing the two stanzas repeatedly. And if there's someone you not singing, no, that's a problem. You got a problem.
out there. Thank you, boss.
I hope you don't got a problem. So the guy in the beard that's staring straight at me, so you got a problem, you ready to sing? You ready to sing?
So one of the downsides that happens when I come and do this is that sometimes if stuff happens back in the group, I'm separated out.
We asked for umbrellas.
And so then I don't see it.
Don't come over here, black one. Shields only, please.
There's approximately 10 police officers, 10 to 12. They're in riot here.
I don't know their names, but the same size.
Again, very ironic with Lift Every Voice and Sing going on in the background, and here it is. Legal observers have also come up. What I'm going to do is probably go move over and be by the legal observers, just because they are not. I have not seen the rights that are supposed to be afforded to them honored repeatedly. And I think I'm also probably going to lower the pole. Give me a minute while I do that. If you're wondering Funky Scale, those people know I've stolen Funky Scale from Omari, but Omari actually did message me. He says it's okay. He literally did. He's like, you could use it. So if I use Omari's Funky Scale, it's still a 3. Maybe a 4. Things are very, very calm. It's probably about 20 officers, I would estimate. A little bit more than I thought, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Well, there's about 30 officers here.
I don't like sitting in front of big groups. But we can all sit together, right? We can all sit together, right? We can all sit together, right?
You should only be over here if you are a body of protection. If you are not, then you should not be over here.
Raise your hand if you're ready.
Right now, everything is calm. And just to give you an idea of scale, I'm going to turn around and point back this way. I'll let the feed show up. But the main body of the protest, and essentially the protesters, are probably about a football field length away, including the end zones. So everything right now, as I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, everything is like a 3 right now. And they are singing the Black National Anthem. As a matter of fact, I think we'll just hold this shot. And I'll just keep an eye on what's going on the other side. Such a bitter pill. You have this, And then you have this. And if you've tuned in from the beginning, this has been nothing but a peaceful protest. No, Nikon. Are you battery out? Oh no. Do you have a cord? Do you have a charger cord? And a charger? Do you want to shoot with my camera?
Sure. I mean, it's something.
Yeah.
Look, this is the cord for its charge. I'm not sure if this is. If you don't mind.
No. You shoot with my camera. I'll give you a crash course. I'll give you a crash course. Do me a favor. Keep your eye on.
This?
No, them.
This?
Them.
Okay,
Police.
yeah.
Keep the eye on the police because I'm not.
Yeah, I got you.
Right, because as you know, they'll go from 0 to 100.
Okay.
And so here, grab this. This will make your life real easy, and that'll attach right there, and it'll just spin.
Okay.
You got
Should
it?
I put my SIM card in there?
No. Well, no, because it won't work. Put it
Oh,
however you want. So, like, you probably want the handle that way.
Okay, yeah.
And so now you just got to tighten it.
Okay. All right, you gonna give me this footage though, right? You got.
Yeah,
it's
of
your
course,
SIM-
of
okay,
course. Yeah, because it doesn't use SIM cards. That's the thing.
Oh, it doesn't?
No. It uses something totally different. It uses a QSD card.
Okay.
You want to do still or video?
I'll probably be taking some pictures and video.
Okay, so let's do the hold the pole there for a sec. Thank you.
I appreciate this.
Yeah. I know you'll take care of it. I know.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you want to do video, the GoPro's ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
So there.
Okay.
And then lens cap.
Okay. So yeah, how about I just leave the GoPro on and I'm gonna take pictures with the rest.
Yeah. So what you just got it. So here, if you look down here, see that's on the dot.
Okay.
It's not going to shoot. You got to go to the 24. The lens is locked if
Okay.
you put it there.
Okay.
So,
what does that mean with the lens like? I can't take pictures?
Exactly.
Okay. Cool.
So then, actually, the camera's on. That's my bad, but there's tons of battery on it.
Okay. Awesome.
And I say
And it
just
auto adjusts?
just shoot it manual, I would say. And then you can zoom in. There's your plus or minus if you're looking to get your get your zoom and go And you can actually touch the back of the screen and be like, hey, I want you to focus on that.
Okay. GoPro's on?
The GoPro is on when you want.
Okay.
So fastest way to do it, hit that button right up there. It'll turn on in about a second, and then if you hit that button again, it'll turn on completely on, battery, everything. Hit the other button, it'll go off. And I'll get your pick.
I don't hear it snapping.
It's silent shutter.
Okay.
Silent shutter.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And it's on manual?
No, I have it on auto. I should be just on auto.
Okay.
Right? Is it on auto up there?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
The lighting.
Yeah, right now the lighting, we're getting close to golden hour, so.
Look, that's the lighting right there.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I like Nikon. That's pretty cool.
So there you go.
Okay.
Tia, get some good shots, all right? Yeah. And that takes pressure off of me. And that is how we amplify black voices. See, that was real simple, wasn't it? Tia is a tremendous photographer. Sorry. And I adore people who are intellectually curious. There's a lot of people in the camera world that if they were Canon and you handed them a Nikon, they would just be like, I shoot Nikon. I mean, I shoot Canon, the end.
Do you narrate as you live stream?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Not all the time, but. There's approximately 30 officers. One officer has what I would presume is a tear gas cannon.
Just so you know, it's
Because the lens cap's on.
Oh. Okay, but it's not going. Like.
Yeah, it's recording. See, red light's on. Now it's going.
But it's not. No numbers.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Let me see. Okay. Just keep your eyes on them.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's on time lapse. That's why. There you go. Now it's POV. You're good. Now it's good.
Okay. You sure?
Yep. And now it's recording.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Have a lens cap.
Yeah.
All right, so as I was starting to say, there's approximately 30 officers. I don't know if they're state police, Olympia police, or a combination thereof. There's one officer who is slightly, probably not in frame. That is the one that has what I would presume is a riot cannon, a very, very large satchel that I would presume is probably filled either with OC or CS. There is no CS ban in Olympia. And I'm told they'd like to make it spicy here. I was advised that in an earlier safety briefing. There is another, there's 2 other officers. They have multiple zip tie. There is a couple of officers that are clearly state police looking at their uniforms. No one wearing gas masks at this point, but they all basically in full riot regalia. Oh, there's another. There's 4 officers that have a bunch of bands. It's very interesting, right? If you look at body language right now, I would say everybody's body language is very relaxed, and that's why I'm just kind of saying the funky scale on a 1 to 10 is probably like a 3. Even with this going on right now, everybody is very relaxed. And that includes the protesters that are immediately to my right. Those who watch my streams know I generally will not get into a position of putting myself between 2 lines of any group. And I've advised streamers who are, hey, I want to be a streamer. That's kind of like one of my lessons 101. It's like you do not want to get between 2 groups. Because the thing is that they can just go from 0 to 100 in a flash, and if you find yourself in the wrong spot, then you are enjoined, and you don't want to be enjoined. So if you're hearing the main body of the protest group, they're about a football field away. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what's going on here. And what I think we have here, and I know some of the comments are going to disagree, but this is a display of institutional racism right here. This is a great example of when people say that there's institutional racism in this country. I have covered these for months now at all different. There was nothing that somebody just dropped a hat, so that was nothing. I've covered this for months now, and you can generally, every now and then, it surprises me. It's like, whoa, what the heck just happened? But for the most part, you can feel when things is going to get turned up to like 10. And there is a very, very peaceful assembly that is going on over here, and this presence is just not needed. There's just no other way to put it. So, I mean, this is the contrast. You have this over here, this very peaceful assembly. And then if I turn the camera around here, this is the response to peaceful assembly. Yeah. I think another thing that's going on is I believe I'm kind of bumping up on 4-hour streaming. One of the mods, if you could...
Honestly, y'all, this is really sad. We just came for a conversation.
It is really sad. I agree.
I don't know if you guys know anything about Everyday March, but we've never hurt anybody, never done anything bad, but we've had our people die. We've been hurt. We've done a lot of people have done a lot of things to us, and we've never retaliated. So what I'm seeing right now is honestly hurtful.
There are no restrictions.
Because as U.S. citizens, it is our duty to fight for what's right. And we are here for a conversation. Say conversation. We're here for a conversation. Conversation.
James, completely not true. Those are the words of a frightened kitten. Those are also the words of oppressors.
With guns. Y'all, you see me. Literally, I got a broken arm. What the hell? We're literally here for conversation. That's it.
Thank you for the time check, Anthony. Thank you.
I'm frustrated and pissed. Excuse me.
Sorry. Go ahead, please.
Especially you bitches on the hill. Fuck you all up there. Especially the short one. Yeah, specifically fucking you.
So if you look at that officer there that's on the left, that is the one with what appears to be a tear gas or CS cannon. They have a very, very large satchel. Probably don't see that necessarily on the small screen very well. On the big screen you'll see it. I would just presume that that is full of either CS or OC. They actually look pretty uncomfortable. I don't mean that in a negative sense. It just, they're shifting their weight a lot, so I'm under the impression they're just carrying a hell of a lot of pounds on them right now. Oh, Brianna, you just won the internet. Brianna won the internet for the next 15 minutes. Just burned. Absolutely. That's exactly right, Kathy, and that's exactly what the intent was. I mean, here's the thing that's in some of these comments that's funny is we have some of these conservative trolls that are literally defending Jay Inslee right now. And we know they don't like Jay Inslee, and they're here defending Jay Inslee. The irony is mind-melting.
Also, during the protest, it is by law.
Wouldn't you like to have a conversation with Jay Inslee? Why aren't you here? Oh, well, but... It's just because it doesn't align to your view.
Are you hiding your badge number and your name?
The reason that they're asking for people that you might hear some of the people, I say organizers very, very loosely, and there really are no leaders, and I say organizers very loosely. They're trying to keep a tight lid on who comes up on this line here, because they don't want any agitator to come up here or somebody who has just come here to cause problems. Because my experience is all it takes is a water bottle, and so that's what's going on. They're just trying to keep certain people, and when I say certain people, I mean a group of people, so that things can be calm. And again, I'll say it again, funky scale 1 to 10. Right now, it's a 3.
Question: do you have service?
Yeah.
You do, and you're doing fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Mine is crapped out, and it will not let me stream.
Really?
Yes. So I had to end it a while back.
Who are you on?
Sorry?
What network are you with? Like,
T-Mobile.
Okay, I'm on Verizon. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I am on Verizon.
Well, I'm glad that someone has it. That's really what my only concern is.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have it.
You said so. I'm like, I don't know. Let me look, but oh no, it's all good.
Does it show the viewers? Like, doesn't it usually show the viewer count?
No, because I'm on Restream. So if you're on Restream, you just see it's something I don't like actually.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad that's all I wanted to check.
Yeah.
Thank you. We don't have eyes on the police other than you, I believe. So that's
okay. All right. That's actually really good to know. So I'll hopefully I won't be breathing.
Thank you.
I don't want to be breathing spice, but if I have to, I have to. All right, Malcontents. This is what I'm going to do because it sounds like a couple of the other streamers have lost connection, and I know that I'm coming up on my 4 hours. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to wait about 60 seconds. And I'm going to restart the stream because the problem is on Facebook they only allow me to stream for 4 hours and then Facebook drops the stream. And there's nothing I can do about it. That's just a Zuckerberg thing. So I'm
It is my law, you have to talk to me. Y'all can't. No, I don't have anything. I literally have a broken arm. That's why I had a surgery. I want to talk to the sergeant. Tell your big man to come down here. Sergeant, please.
Where's your sergeant? What the fuck is he?
So one of the organizers is asking to talk to it's asking to talk to a police sergeant. I'm going to keep the stream going right now.
They don't want no accountability, so we're not going to go to the You're just armed terrorists.
Talk to the sergeant. My law.
There is a officer with an AR-15. There is an officer probably in frame. There's a and they have what it looks like. They look. That was nothing. That's the anybody who's ever worked a bullhorn, they have this stupid button on it that bullhorn shouldn't have. And they just hit the bullhorn. There does appear, it's a little hard from my angle because the sun is almost right in my face, but it does appear that one of the officers is armed, with a rifle, which is pretty shocking to me. They also have a number of the zip tie bands. This is what I'm going to do then. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the feed. I'm going to count to 60 and I'm going to restart the feed. All right, so here's the Malcontent. Everything is chill. Scale of 1 to 10, it's a 3. I'm hitting up on time, so I have to stop the feed. I will be back in 60 seconds.